side. Okay, what part of the plot graph is after the high point? Okay, and then where's the high point? Exactly, good job. Okay, why does this card go next to the exposition?
Because it's the beginning.
Okay, and what do we learn in the exposition?
It learns about the main character in the setting.
Very good. Why does this part of the story represent the climax?
Because, I don't know, Arthur pulls the sword.
Pulled the sword from the stone, and then he becomes king.
Very good.
They tried 5 times to pull out the sword, and everybody's failed.
Okay, so the pulling of the sword
Besides
is...
Arthur. And then he became king after he pulled it.
Fantastic.
Went to the church to find it.
Thank you. Okay. How do you know that this is the falling action?
Because conflicts are resolved and he figures out he's king.
Yeah, that's kind of magical the way that happens in the short story. If you pay attention to that, you'll be introduced to problems of the main character as soon as you find out who the main character is. And then once their problems start being solved, I always find that interesting how authors work that out. Like, how do they introduce the problems and then how do they solve the problems? Okay, good work. So you can collect back your materials. And I'm going to go visit the other group for a minute. Hello, other group. I'm back.
We're back.
I have questions for you.
Yeah, woo, questions!
What part of the plot graph is before the high point?
Right
Rising
there.
action.
Fantastic. And what part of the plot graph is after the high point?
The falling action.
Okay, and so where is the high point?
Climax.
Exactly right. Okay. Why does this card go next to the exposition?
Because when Uther Pendragon, King of England, died, because that was the first part of the actual story.
Okay. That was the beginning.
Yeah.
And it has a
It had the setting and then the main characters.
Very good. Why does this part of the story represent the climax?
Because it was the turning point of how they first pulled out the sword.
This is all before he pulled the sword, and this is when he pulled the sword, and then he became king. So his life changed. So that was the turning point.
Excellent. Okay. And so how do you know this is the falling action? I think you just touched on that.
It was what happened after he pulled the sword.
Which was?
When he
Glory!
when he became king.
Yes, he became king, and didn't the people recognize him as the king too?
Yeah.
Yeah, they decided, because it's one thing to be king, it's another to have your servants say, okay, we recognize you as our king.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, very good job, good work. Go ahead and collect your cards back and stack everything up.
Put it in order, though. So we know when that is. Hello, goodbye.